in the concept of life them time there, it was like hard like to get venues and etc. And what we used to do, we would see like a derelict house or someone's just moved out of a house, and we would like say, set up a blues dance in there and carry the big speakers on with back and rig it up and just run the music till the morning, you know what I mean?
What's going on, beautiful people? We're sat here with the amazing Marga, an incredible artist, incredible musician, an incredible spirit, from our community. Got enough years, enough lifetime, and a lot of wisdom to share with us. So we're going to sit down and go a little bit into his backstory, a little bit of your life and experiences, and just to kind of give some of that energy to the people. So, with that being said, Marga, let's start a little bit further back, your earliest stages.
Let's go back, say I suppose as a youth, right, used to listen to a lot of reggae, on the radio. So, take for instance, sometime I would, jump in on my father's front room and, wait till, 10 o'clock where, you would have John Peel or Tommy Vance on the radio, and they would play, 2 reggae songs, and, I would have my little tape deck. I don't know if you people know about that, way back when, but you would have a little tape deck and I'd wait till he played say the Bunny Wailer or the Burning Spear and tape it and sit there for the 2 hours and make sure my old man knows I wasn't in the front room until you look back and you think, well, boom, sound systems now. That's where I was really coming from, and that was a troll still, they're the real reggae warriors as far as I'm concerned, because in the concept of life them time there, it was hard to get venues and etc. And what we used to do, we would see a derelict house or someone's just moved out of a house, and we would say, set up a blues dance in there and carry the big speakers on with back and rig it up and just run the music till the morning, you know what I mean? Till we move on and it reached to a stage where I woke up a brother named Judah and him have a little 4-track studio over Langley, and used to walk over there, and sometimes in the snow from Slough and go there and just voice out on this 4-track to just wear in the voice and things. Move on, and then in the 90s, got kind of a little break with a brother named Kutchi and went to New York. And it was an eye-opener for us, you know what I mean? A big eye-opener still, and
see the differences.
And you see the different cultures and the different concepts of reggae music, and at that time, Shabba Rankin and Supercat were just rising up, you know what I mean?
Coming on the market.
So that was a great experience for me, and come back to England now, and was it 1998? Wow. I'd done a song called Walk Like a Jamaican, which done really well. It was featured on ITV, especially when Jamaica was playing in the World Cup. They used to play my song, and I used to feel so proud about it.
That's heavy.
And that led me onto a tour, and I toured with the Out There Brothers. I don't know if you've heard of them.
I've heard of them,
Boom, 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 let me see you.
Yeah.
I'd done a big tour with them, and that was an experience for me, to be out on the road with famous artists at the time, and gathering knowledge and information from them, and till I moved on still, and then I kicked back, and certain things happened where I just thought, I'm going to take a break. But at the time taking the break, I saw basically 3 talented girls in Slough, and I thought, well, if I put them together, we could make a group, and it took about 3 years of, Rebecca will tell you, real hard work, real painful hard work. But it bloomed, and they blew up. They got a chart hit and etc. And
that's amazing.
They sold platinum in Japan, so I was very proud of that.
That's amazing.
I was very proud of that. And then I thought to myself, well, let's do something for myself now. So I decided I hooked up with a label called Reality Shot Records. Which is based over Reading, and started to do a little project with them and thing, and we moved forward, and we noticed there was a market in Europe. This is going back from 10 years ago, and what we noticed, like, yeah, especially like Eastern Europe, which was very surprising for me, was that there was a market for reggae music.
Wow.
So it
See, a lot of
reached
people
a
wouldn't know
stage
that.
where we're getting shows over there and our music was getting played over there and etc. and whatever. And I was like, yeah, this is the way to go, you know. And obviously bring it up to today. And I've made was in the process of making an album, and obviously the pandemic
Made everything.
slowed everything down because it was all based around touring Europe and etc. and whatever. And as you know, it's not too safe out there with this pandemic or pandemic. I don't know which one right now, you know. But yeah. So yeah, that just like basically bring me up to where I am today. So, yeah.
That's an amazing journey. I mean, like coming from the islands.
Yeah.
That's a special feeling. I mean, the only relation I have to it is my grandparents, who had that opportunity to do that, you know. But I'm kind of like yourself, where I was hearing vinyl music from a young age, records scratching from a young age. So music is just deep rooted in us as people. But how did you take that to say, you know, I want to write my own lyrics, I want to do my own thing, like it ain't just...
I don't know, when I was at school, right, I was very, well, I said I was very talented at poetry.
So it's writing.
Yeah, and while I was at school, there was a poet called Pam Ayres. I don't know if you ever heard of her, but
No.
she came to my school and she was taught poetry, and she like kind of told me, pushed me forward, and like, of course, seeing that and seeing like this is a big poet, you know, and etc. and whatever, I kind of like,
inspiration.
once I started to write poetry, and then all of a sudden I realised, hold on a bit, maybe I could sing my poetry, you know, or sing my poetry, or and I just moved from there, and I got influence like from people like listening to Big Ute and Iroy and Burning Spear,
Boy.
Culture, Gladiators, you know, Leroy Sibbles and the Heptones, and it, you know, because my dad used to play a lot of rock steady and etc. and whatever, and it just kind of like it was in me from a youth.
Yeah.
And of course, having like coming from a big family and etc. It just like my big brothers would drive me on and things. So yeah, and like I'm kind of like I'm glad I done what I done.
Yeah.
Because if you didn't do what you do, then later on in life you sit back and you think, I wonder, you know. So I don't have to wonder. I've had ups and downs in music, rounds and rounds, but at the end of the day, I love music, you know, and like without music, I don't think I could survive, especially in a time like this, you know. It's hard, you know. It's hard because like everybody knows, like within the culture of my people, right? Yeah. When the weekend come and thing, now you want to party, you know what I mean? You want to let your hair down. So with the expressions of that, you can't do that anymore right now, right? Yeah, it's really hard on musicians, and like when you look at the support that they're getting from the government, you see that zero, then I can fully understand the frustration of the musicians, you know, because like at the end of the day, these same politicians, right? Yeah. When they let their hair down, they want to go to the theatre, you know, they want to hear a lovely play, which consists of music, you know. So you got to support these people, you know. Yeah. Because if you support everything else, I just feel you've got to support these people, you know. So it's a real struggle for musicians right now. That's all I want to say, you know.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you brought that up, because it's important.
Keep the fire burning.
Yeah, for the artists out there, because it goes to show that these times are more than difficult, not just because of this pandemic and what people want to put out there. It's been like this. Yeah. People have been struggling for a long time, so I think it's imperative we keep fighting and pushing those messages, you know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So let's flip a little bit to like maybe Black history as a topic, talking point. Right. I know it's a generalised thing. People like to just throw all of us into one big pot of history, but Black History Month, what does it mean for you? Does it mean something that deep, or do you just like, let's...
See, now, Black History Month means a lot. It means, especially to the generations that are coming underneath us. But my query with this is like, it's good that it's there, but like, if the system was right, we wouldn't have to do this, because the curriculum in the schools would be teaching Black history and like teaching the truth, you know, because when I went to school, it's the Shakespeare, William Shakespeare the Normans, you know, and like
Tudors.
you're wondering, well, yeah, precisely. You're wondering, where do I come from?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, I would ask my mother like a whole heap of questions. She would educate me as far as I can, and like from that, maybe like listening to music, right, which I really found like really give me my culture, the rootical reggae, like you see the way I am right now,
Yeah,
like,
man.
turn me at Ras, you
Yeah,
know,
man.
and like educate me, and through that I started to read certain books, and I realised, hold on, what they was teaching me in school, they wasn't teaching me the whole concept. You know, they was teaching me things like Edward Corson, right, yeah, was a great man who left from Britain, went to the Caribbean, made sugar plantations, come back and built up Bristol into a great place. But they wasn't telling me how he made his money and what he actually did to make his money. And that kind of burns me, yeah, because what I'm seeing right now, it's good, but it's strange, you know, like there seems to be a lot of concept of like black programs on television at this moment in time. And I'm saying, well, some of these shows, like I saw a documentary with Samuel Jackson.
Yeah, the enslaved one.
I
didn't
like,
see
some
that
of these
yet.
things I didn't even know. So I'm saying, well, you've got all these things in a library, and you're not showing that till George Floyd, right? Yeah, incident and etc. Then it's all blowing up with this Black Lives Matter movement, and like you're beginning to show that.
Yeah.
So like, are you any better than the people who have been persecuting us for years? This is my answer, you know. But this is the way it is, you know. This is the way. I mean, 400 years, and maybe it's still going on. Like I said, release the chains and use them brain, you know. So.
Yeah, that's powerful. Do you think that black people in general have just been conditioned into not really associating with their black culture, their blackness, because of a fear of stigma or because of a fear of what history has shown us so many times?
I think like that's very how can I put it now? Like I think black people in general, right? Yeah, we have to strive forward, and like don't get me wrong, like our parents were a great generation, strong, you know, would do the best for their kids no matter what. But I know that at certain stages they've had to eat poo, if I could say that, right?
Yeah, of course.
To get us through, if you understand. And now what I'm seeing with these youths right there, they're not prepared to do that, right? Which to me is a good thing, because if that generation is like that, then the generation underneath them, right, will be stronger as long as we keep teaching them our culture, you know? And it will reach a stage where, like, take for instance, like, when black people first come here, like, within the 60s and the 50s, you know, no blacks, no Irish, no dogs, you know? And they went through all this stigma, right, yeah? And at the end of the day, right, yeah, they was brought here for a reason, because after the war, this country lost so many people, right, yeah, that they couldn't run their transport system, and they couldn't run, like, their hospitality system, and we came here and built that up, right? I think we've done great things, yeah?
Yeah, I agree.
But, like, how have they repaid us, you know?
Yeah.
This is the thing, you know, because our generations underneath them, right, yeah, we're not seeing what we should be seeing, you know? We're not seeing the black CEOs, you know? You know, we're not seeing so many black politicians, you know? You know, America now, right? America has had a black president, yeah? We're finding it hard to get a black MP, you know? But, I mean, so for me to sit here and say, well, yeah, there's going to be a black prime minister of Britain one day. Nah.
I know.
I'm sorry, but...
So words only mean so much.
Yeah.
In a sense.
Because right now, there's so many words and there's so many attention, right, yeah? But go with the words, man, you know?
Yeah.
Put us as the CEOs and etc. Not saying to make up a quota of numbers, right, yeah? But because they're bright enough and intelligent enough to do that job.
Yeah, they deserve it,
you know? And they deserve it, you know? Because I've been for jobs, right, yeah, where, like, I know that I'm qualified and good enough to do that job, and I don't get the job. You know, and like...
And then you're questioning,
you're always going to have that thing in the back of your head. And you shouldn't... Like, this is 2020 now.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be happening.
True.
You know, so whoa, what is going on? You know, can somebody please tell me, Mr. Politician? You know, someone needs to tell me, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my view on, like, black history and where we're coming from, you know.
I mean, that's beautiful and that's honest, because I think I want to hear, and we all need to hear, honesty when it comes to these kind of situations. And I think what happens a lot of the time is that we sugarcoat things.
Yeah.
We talk around points because we think it's going to appease or make somebody feel better, when the reality is, you know, you're just creating more stigma down the line, or you're creating more struggle.
Well, I think it's better to like make people feel uncomfortable, because when you're talking in that manner, right, yeah, then like they're well aware, right, and they know that you're aware.
Yes.
So come on, let's move forward, you know. You know, let's move forward, you know what I mean? Because like I say, like, you got black and white, Asian, Chinese, you know, and like, we're all one people when you think of it, you know, because like, it's just one God, you know, whether you're praising Muslim, you know, or
Hindu,
Christianity or Rastafari, it's just, so like, we should all live as one, you know, we should all move forward. There shouldn't be no barriers holding down people right now, you know, 2020, you know? Yeah,
true. So, I mean, especially when it comes down to health at the end of it, and like, our health is key, fundamental. That gets affected.
Health plays a big part, you know, because we're seeing it now, isn't it? Because you got like the Western world putting wealth over health, right? And when you do that now, right, if you ain't got no health, then you ain't gonna have no wealth, you know, because
precisely. You can't build
your
it.
economy and everything stops, you know, and you're seeing it now. You're seeing it right now in front of your face, you know. Because if they dealt with health first, we would be moving forward. I'm absolutely convinced about that, but say no more.
We can only react to what we see, don't we? And we provide options, we provide different ways of people thinking. So let's flip a little bit to your music specifically. Like, what sort of projects are you working on, or maybe might be working on upcoming?
Well, like I said, I'm doing this album, and obviously things are
of course, everything just stands still because of the
I'm trying to send a message, right, like in a way of like what I see around me and the feelings that I feel inside of me, you know. And if I could send that message and like I can like make people happy, right, then I'm joyful with that, you know what I mean? I'm content with that, you know.
Contentment.
Yeah, basically.
That's beautiful. That is beautiful. I think contentment helps all of us in what we do. I think too many people are trying to achieve something that, one, they cannot, and two, even when they get it, they ain't really going to be happy with it. So it's a case of find out what that happiness or that passion that drives you intrinsically within inside, and like-minded people, like-minded conversation. Don't be worried about uncomfortability, you know, making certain people feel uncomfortable. We don't want to disrespect people, you know, we don't want people feel like they can't, you know, get their opinions out there, but at the same time, we can't be just yes men. We can't
well, if you're going to do that, it's like someone like treading on your toe. Until you tell him don't tread on your toe, right, he's going to tread harder each time he treads on your toe, isn't it? And, you know, suppress you, you know what I mean? And like, black people in general have been through a lot of that, you know. We've been through a lot of that. And not just in this country, but all over the world, and it's still happening now, you know. You know, so.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that what's amazing is that you've been able to find music that's helped to rationalize that. So many people, they miss the boat on finding that thing that keeps them engaged. So I think it's just great to see that you found music. It's within you. It's come from the islands. It's come from a natural source. And I think the longer we, like you said, we can teach the future generations.
The better.
Give them a little bit more of our culture as they continue to grow. I think then we're going to be heading in a better direction. We can only hope. Only hope.
Yeah, very true.
You know, but last things, where can people find any of your music, your information, online, that sort of thing? I know that.
I've got music on Spotify, iTunes, Apple. You can find me on Facebook.
Wicked.
SoundCloud.
Yeah, man.
Cloud.
He's a man, international man, digital man. You know what I'm saying?
All the regular platforms, you know what I mean?
Wicked. I'll make sure that people get all the descriptions and they can find you. But more importantly, we're going to get you back on the platform again soon, because we want to keep this thing consistently. We want to stay in touch with our people, build that network. It ain't just like a little come in and we disappear. We don't see each other again, you know?
Definitely.
So, with that being said, Marga, I want to appreciate you for coming through.
Yeah, man, give thanks.
Give thanks to the Most High. And we'll be back again on another episode. Peace and love. You've heard it first from the the one and only Marga.
Boom.
Some guy them a promote fake news. Them guys them lose, them can't walk in high man shoes. Computer read your black and blue. Hack your friend them too. This ain't no fake news, you know this true. Be careful when you post on Facebook. Can't offer what you profile them and a friend them a Facebook. Like a good chef, send you a message you're well cooked. Then hacking up your profile when them know say you're not look. I want to me I tell you about social media.